Hi everyone. In today's video, we'll make one small project, but interesting project on exchange rates, where we can choose two countries to find the exchange rate between those, and it will be GUI-based application. And to get the current exchange rate, we'll be using public APIs, public REST API. So let's start. First, I will open Qt Creator. This is community version. You can also install it. And it's open. I'll go to new project, Qt application, and then I just name it as exchange rate app. Qmake I'll choose. Classes name I'll keep as is. I'll choose MinGW from here. Next. So this will create one empty project for us. It has two files, main.cpp and main window.cpp. I'll go to the UI. We'll start with the UI first. I can delete this menu bar from here. Now for the UI, let's create label, and this label will say source country, and then I can copy paste this one and say destination, and I can take the to get list of countries. We will use combo box. So this one I can copy paste this and align it here. Let's name it label. We don't need to worry, but this combo box. So we combo box will say this is source country, and I can change name of the next one. This is combo box destination country, and label also we can say label. This will follow some naming convention. Source country, and then label LBL destination. Okay, so we are here, and then we can create one button also at the bottom to find the rate. Push button. I'll put it here somewhere, and then say get rate. Just some name, and then we can do some alignment. We can these together horizontal line, and then this one also, these two also horizontal line. I'll down and then increase it. I can maintain some gap between these. So for that we can take a spacer, vertical spacer. I can keep this between these two. Let me move this a little bit down, and this will be fixed, not expanding. It should be fixed. Okay, and then height I can say 20. What is too much? I'll put it here. Similarly, same thing I can put here also, spacer, and this is good. So these three things I can give proper name for this button. I'll say btn get rate, and then for the alignment, let me check the size also. So let me save it and let's run it first. It's building it, and this is okay. So about this, if I'm expanding this main menu or the form, it's not expanding, it's not decreasing the size. So what I will do for that, I'll pick these three, or I can go to object inspector, and I'm here, this one, this one, vertical spacer 2, and this button. Where is button? This is the button. So I can make this vertical align. I will increase the size here. And then this is one thing, and I can put one spacer here also. Not horizontal, it should be vertical spacer here also, but this should be, go to property editor, expanding, vertical expanding, so this will increase automatically. So I will save it, and after this I can click on this form or the main window and go to alignment and say vertical alignment. So it looks good. I'm saving it and then again running it. So if I change the size of this, it will automatically adjust. So this is a good thing. Now I'll go back. This button is, it's very long actually. Its width is more. I can go back and set its width. So minimum width I can say just 100 pixels. Before that, minimum 100 and maximum is also 100. Or something wrong. Main window, I changed the dimensions of main window. I don't want that. I want to change the dimension of this get red button 100, and then 100 is okay. I'll save it. Now this looks pretty smaller, so source country I'll just make it 12, and this also size I'll make 12. Similarly, destination size should be 12, and this also 12. Font size is 12. And then what I can do, the height I'll set 30, and 30, no, not width actually, height, sorry, 30, with that I'm going to set. Let me break the UI. I want to set the width. I want to set the height 30, and then also 30. 30 is okay. Oh, sorry, it was, my cursor was somewhere else. So this one with height, I want to set the height. I want to set the width, but height 40, width, no width, height also 40. And let me break it. Width I don't want to set. Something is wrong here. I'll align, then change it. Combo box source country width I don't want to set. Okay, this one also I'll say do one thing, and then I'll click here, and height I want to set 40 is good height, maximum is 40 height. Similarly this one height minimum 40, maximum 40 is good. I click here, I will expand it. And similarly this one I can click here, then choose this. Okay, this looks good. Now rate also, height I can set 40 default, and maximum 40. This is good. Let me save it and then run it again. So yeah, we it's the font size looks good. Button is also good, but we did one mistake. So I'll go to the object inspector, and there here choose everything. These and this one, and align it vertically. This is okay. And then click on the main window and then align it vertically again. So this should be good. Now let's run it again. So it's expanding, that is good. There's too much space between this label and the combo box. We can decrease the size. One second. I'll go to property inspector and width. Let me set minimum width 200 and maximum 200. 200 is okay. And I'll go to destination label and then width minimum 200 and maximum width 200. This looks good now. I'll save it. Now we are good here. So these I want to populate these combo box. So as I said earlier, we'll be using public API that is free. I think it's not free, but it at least allowed thousands calls in a day. So for that, I'll go to the browser. I use this website. Let me show you. app.exchangerate-api.com. This you can log in and it will give you some API. So for now I'm using my API, but if you are using this code or this project for your personal use, I I recommend you to use your own API, because my API may be used by multiple people and it may stop working after some time. So you can have your own API. So I'll copy it and put it somewhere in main.cpp for now. This is my API, and the the this is the API key, sorry, and the API path is this, and here we need to put the key here. Key goes here. This is the path. Key API key API key here, and this is the country code, and here we need to put the country code. So this is the syntax. So what we'll do, to fetch to call this REST API, we will make use of Q Network Access Manager class in Qt. So what we need to do is go to header file, and then in the private section, we will declare all the pointers. So pointer for Q Network Access manager, we call it manager, and we also need to make use of Q Network reply class. So Q Network reply, then pointer name, that is just say reply, and we are getting this error because we did not include the header file. Q network. So before including the header file, we have to modify our project file and say here network, include the package network here. I'll save this file, go back to it .h, and then here I'll include that Q Network Access Manager and Q Network reply. This too. So now I will not see any error here. So let me go back to main.cpp now, and here we need couple of functions. So I'll go back to .h file and put few private functions, because we will be calling those functions from from main window.cpp functions itself. So what I will do, so we will save this country list somewhere in string list. So string list, q string list. Let me click on variable name country list, and to prepare the country list, so we'll say we'll create one function here, void prepare country list, and one more function to populate country list into the combo box. Populate country list. These two functions we can have, and we need to have few private slots also. So when we fire a REST API call, and if the data is available, so like once the call is complete and data is available, so for that we need slots, private slots, like void on data received. You can name it anything, uh, and then once we have data received, uh, that's okay. We'll call this. We'll go to main.cpp, go to the UI, and then we'll go to the. So when we click on the button, this conversion should happen, and we should get the exchange rate. So we'll right click on this, go to slot, clicked. So this is the clicked event. On event, we will be performing some operation. So once you click on this, what we'll do, uh, whatever is in the combo box, combo box, source country, current item, current text, current text. So it will give us current value, and we can save somewhere. uh, then use string source country. Similarly, we should have the destination country as well. Destination country. So the combo box is different for that. Combo box destination country. Let's debug also. Just print it. Source country. Source country. Then destination country. This is just for our debugging. So okay, now we will populate, we'll try to populate the combo box with the country list. So I already have list of countries. Let me copy paste here. We can prepare this list of countries. Let me see if we can prepare country list, right? So I'll go right click on it and go to refactor and then definition. So what we'll do, we can set, so this is the function which will initialize that country list variable. So what is that variable name? Country list is the variable name. Country list equal to I have this country list. I copied it from internet. Let me post it here. So this is list of all country I got from some website on the internet. I did not verify all country name and their codes. But if you have time, you can do that. So this is the first is country name, then the name of currency code in three alphabet, and this is currency ID, numeric ID. We will not be using this because our REST API make use of this code only. And let me arrange it. and then let me arrange this. I'll just go back. So I have this list available. Okay, now we have saved all the list of countries in this variable. So let's create populate country. We'll go to the definition. We'll put definition this CPP file, and we'll say we'll populate those combo box with this variable. So UI has combo box source country set, no, not set, add items, and see it receives queue string list we already have. So country list we already have. Similarly, we can populate the other country, destination country as well. Add items, not items, country list. Both we have populated. So let's see if we are seeing those value in the combo box. I'm building it. I hope we don't have any error. Okay, something we missed. Undefined reference to on data received. Oh, this one. Slot. Let me provide the definition. Okay, we'll keep it blank for now. I saved it and just rebuild it. So we have, but it is not showing anything. At least country list we should populate, right? It's not populating because we prepared the list. We have this function, but we are not calling it anywhere. So in the constructor, I will just first prepare the list, and after preparing this list, I will call this populate country list. So I'll call this one. So first we created a variable which has list of all countries, and then using this function we will populate those combo box. Now it should work. So we have this data available. So this is fine. We are good here. Till now we are good. Now we will implement this get rate functionality. I'll close this. Let me close this. I'll go back to main.cpp, and then on um, button click we have this value, right? Let's first check whether it is printing on the console or not after we choose. So some random country I'm choosing, and then rate. I clicked on this. See, source country is Angola and destination country is American Samoa. So this is fine. Okay, so we are good so far. And then now when the user clicks on this button, we'll first populate, get the country, then we need to call the REST API. We'll call on is our function. Is after populating this, after reading this, we will get the exchange rate from that API. So for that we will create one function on data received. What should be the name in the slot? Let me think where we can put that function. We can put in private section void fetch fetch conversion data, or get conversion data, get exchange rate data, and it can have, we need to pass the source and the destination country, at least source country. Both will pass, both we can pass. Queue string, it needs two variable, so we'll pass two variable, and I'll right click on this and provide the definition in CPP file. So I'm here. So I'll call this function here. I'll call this from here, and then source country destination country, those two variable pass. But I don't just need the full country name, I just need these three letters country code. So this will return me, uh, let me split this. We have to split this, split it by comma, it's comma separated, and then get the 0 1 second part of it after splitting, and then we have the q string. You can save this in source country. What's wrong here? Remember, reference void type void is not a structural union. uh, Current text, no, not here actually. After populating, so this is the wrong place, I put wrong place. So we don't need this here at country list. Let me undo. I put it some other wrong location. Get exchange rate. So I should do that in this function. So where is a button click? Button click I'll call. Where is a button click? Here from here we need to call this function. Uh, Source country, destination country. We'll call from here. After printing that we can call. So let's see current text. If I can just split here, split by comma and get the second part. I hope it will work. I just need the country code. And then here also destination. Let's see what it prints. So I'll go to this function get exchanger. I got this string, source country, and then destination country or some other variable. We can change the variable name later. I'm not using it. Let's run it. So some random country, I'm showing get rate. So this is fine, but there is, I think there's a space. uh, why we have space? I should not get a space here. Let me trim it also then. Trimmed, then trimmed. Okay, now it should be fine. Now we are passing these two countries here in this function, and let's create allocate memory for manager, new queue network access manager, and the parent is this current class, and where is my key? Where is my key? API key. Let's create one private variable here, q string API key, and then API key I can initialize in the constructor. I already have my API key here. I saved here, and this is my URL. So I already have API key. Now let's prepare the URL. So we will make it a q string. So this one API key I'll put here. So to pass the argument I can use %1, and then source country is %2, and then arg pass the first is API key and .arg, and this is source country. So this will, after that I will just print this URL. So there's a typo here. So just for debugging, we'll print this URL. And once we have this URL ready, we'll create one object of network request. And then we call it request. And the request will pass this URL, but URL should be QURL type. So QURL, and this will pass the string URL. And you might be wondering why we are putting too much parentheses. So we have to put. I'll not change. I will not talk about why we need this parenthesis before QRL, but we need. So then we have reply, right? Once we have request, we will call this get manager get. We'll pass the request. So this will basically make a get call. QU is it typo? QU UEST, right? It's typo here. So once we have this request, we will get the reply in the reply pointer. We already have this pointed, but did we reply pointer? Okay. Okay, so reply. Okay, so we saved that in reply. Now we need to wait. We'll be waiting actually. So for that we need to connect some signal and slot. So reply address of Q network reply. If it is finished, then if the reply is finished, then or once we got the reply, then call main window dot on data receipt function. So once we get the reply, we'll get this function. Now we need to check for the error also. So for debugging, if it has some error, that is no error, then we should say put some message for here, and we should say some network error. You can print the network error like error string. Something wrong here. Oh, I forgot to put this network error. And we can also display some why I'm getting no error. I think we'll fix this, and then we can display some message to the end user like Q message box, my message box dot set text. We can say no data or some network error no data from something like this, or you can modify it. And then message, we can display this message exec. This is how to display. Now for the error, is back out. So this should be reply error. So no error. Q network reply, it should be Q network reply, no error. So this is good. We have message box. For the message box, we need to include the header file. You can include here Q message box. So we have this here. We are calling this get. We are making this get call, and then once we have this, we have the data ready. So where is this on data received? Here. It's better to put in sequence. I'll remove it from here and put it here after this. So on data received. So let's put some debug message here, like in on data received. Now once we have the data, we need to get the data in the reply. So let me create another pointer which will call reply. We have to cast something queue network reply pointer, and then sender will be parsed. Queue network reply. This is reply. So we got this data here. Then we'll check for error here one more time. We can put a similar check. So this is like this we put like just immediately after, like before you get reply, before you pass, before we get some reply, like for connectivity issue, we'll we'll handle this here. This will show us some connectivity error. But once we have the connectivity okay, and we are not getting the actual reply from this REST API, then for that we need this piece of code here. Okay. If there is no error, then we'll process it. But then no error, then if it is error, no error, like equal to, we say, else we can put this block here. So if we have no error, then we will process the output. If we have error, then we will display this. But when we are displaying this, we should give a proper error message here. No data found. No, we'll just say no data found, because we are the code is, the application is able to connect, but we are not getting some reply from the server. So reply error string, whatever error string I'm getting, I print it here. And okay, and there is one more thing which we can show here. Q debug, we can pull the full error message. Reply read all, it will print everything. So we will not put the read all in the message box because we don't have space there. So we'll just put in the debug message. So we have this ready. So now we have this URL ready. We are passing the source country. We just need to pass the source country, and in the data we'll get that exchange rate for against all countries, or for all countries, and from there we can choose which one we want to display. We can just get the details of destination country and print it on the screen, or display it on the screen. So this is okay. And then reply, we have to delete, right? So we can delete this pointer once we have this reply ready. Delete later. And now let's run this. It's closing the existing one. Yes to all. So let's keep any random value and get rate. So this is the API. Field is good. Date is EU or Euro we are passing. But I did not get any reply. And it successfully something I missed look like. So we are coming in on data received, but we are not printing. Oh yeah, we are not printing anything. So inside this block, once we have everything, this API returns the JSON. But before that, let me print some message here. Debug message. Data something received. Then there's an extra code here. Data received. So once we have data received, we have to parse it, and this is JSON. So for that, we'll be using JSON document class, and we'll say JSON doc equal to Q JSON document from JSON, and we have everything reply. Reply will say read all, whatever we get, read read all, and then let me include the header file. So we need a couple of header files like q uh, JSON document. Then we need few more like q JSON object also, and q JSON. What else we need? A JSON array. So an array will be using because some data will receive inside the array. JSON array. What else? Like QURL we already used, right? QURL. Okay, this should be okay. Let's see. So we have this. We have received all whole JSON in JSON doc object, and then after receiving this, we have to convert that into object. Q JSON object. JSON of GJ equal to JSON doc dot obj. You can get like this, and then for debugging purpose, we will print the JSON returned by the REST API. So we will declare one string variable, JSON string, and we will say JSON obj dot to j no JSON doc dot to JSON, and then here I'll pass one parameter JSON document intended. So we have this. We'll print this. We'll print this string, JSON string for our use, and we can display also for now. We'll do just for debugging purpose. What I will do, I will not. I'm not doing that. Leave it. So we have this. If I do, it will be easy for us. 1 second. Let me put one text box Q widget text edit here. It's going. Let me see one thing. Let me break this layout, and then put one text edit here, and increase it. This is just for debugging whether what we are receiving from the server. Increase size. Okay, so what is this? Txt JSON response. Okay, I'll go back to the code and main.cpp, and whatever I received, I will say UI txt JSON response set text, and then JSON string. Okay, so I saved it and I'm building it again. Let's see what we are getting from the server. Oh, sorry, I'll go back. I did one mistake. So I need to arrange this, align this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Everything should be vertically aligned, and then I just put like this, and then I click on the window, and that also I should be vertically aligned. So let's just build it again. So we have this. If I change this, if I change this, it will change. Yeah, but we have set the minimum size also. That's why it's not decreasing. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we got the data finally. So so the source is this Afghani money. I don't know what Afghani. It's I don't know the currency name. This is Afghani to Afghani, but Afghani to, let me choose some interesting. Let me choose Canada. dollar to Canada amount is Canada. So and get rate. So it is giving conversion from USD dollar to, I believe, all currencies. You see this ADFN. So we have to read the Canada from here. This one. So let me close it. Now I'll go with the code. We have already received the data here. Now from this string, from the JSON string or from the JSON, I will read what I want. So source country, where was that we received this? We don't need to pass destination country here because here I'm just using source country. So I'll delete this. I'll delete it from here and from the call also. Where is my call? Get exchange rate. uh, from here also destination country we don't need, and here also I don't need this destination guy, but we'll just keep it for debugging. I'll go to main dot t, and exchange rate we will need only one string. I'll go back to main dot cpp, and then once I have received this, I'll just read this from here. Destination country I need from here. I'll copy paste this code. I'll make use of this existing code. Destination country I have. Now I want to read the value of destination country, that is destination country exchange rate. I received that, but countries here. So I need to pass this to a JSON. So we have this JSON object. How we can pass JSON object? The JSON object we have. Let me show you the application output. So everything we are getting in the conversion rate actually. Base code is USD, I know. The conversion rate we are getting everything conversion rate. So I'll put this value here. So I'm reading the value which is inside conversion rate. And this is object. Inside that we have our Canada value. So then we need to convert this into two object. And then inside this, I need to pass the, so we are getting this so many countries, and this is part of there are many values. This is, so I'll pass the destination country code here, and then this should be in double, so I need to pass it to double. I need to typecast that. So I have this, and I need to save this exchange rate, and this exchange rate for debugging we can print somewhere in the console. So we have this exchange rate here, and now let's run it one more time. Yes to all. So let's choose US, United States of America, USD, and then the destination I'll say Canada. So I have the US dollar and I want to see the rate, how much I will be getting in Canadian amount, Canada dollar amount. Where did it go? Canada. I choose this and say get rate. So if I go to the debug log, it's 1.379. Yeah, so this is a rate, today's rate. And if I choose something else, then US to, I can say US to Indian amount, INR. This should be, so base is USD, and then 84.0894. This is our correct rate. So to display it on the UI, what I will do, I need to insert one label here. So I'll break this layout, and then after getting the rate, I'll just put one label here, uh, label here, this one, this should be left aligned. Let me set the font size, property editor, and I will show it to 20, and then I'll make it bold, not bold, okay, keep it bold, and like this, and I'll say exchange rate. And I just want it to be left aligned, so I'll take one spacer here, horizontal spacer we can put, and we can put it here. Okay, this should be expanding, and I can put this together in the same line. Horizontal layout, okay, this will expand automatically. Minimum width, this width, I don't need, it should expand. And then what I will do, I'll go back to this object inspector from here, and I will, where is this guy, I'll put, set the alignment again, and then these two, should be vertically aligned like this. I change this, set it to this, looks everything is good, and then click on the main window, and then again set the alignment to vertically align. I'll run it again. So, oh, by default it should be, I don't need to show something here, this should be empty. Let's run it again. So base country is US, Canada, US dollar, and destination is INR, Indian rupee, and then get rate. Why I'm not showing? Looks like I created this variable, but I did not add code to display. That is my bad. I missed that. Once I have this rate, I can show UI txt, not this label. Did I set the name? Where did it go? I'll pick from here. Space a label. Label is too small. Label property. Okay. I want to break this layout one more time. This layout I can break for now. Break layout. Where is my label? Label is here. By default, the name is label exchange rate. And the minimum is, I'll set the layout again, and we'll go to object inspector, select everything, and then layout vertically, what I'm doing, and then increase it to minimum by default size. Click on the main window, and then vertical element. So let's run it. It should work this time. Okay, there is no label. Oh, sorry, label exchange rate set text. So this is double. Exchange rate is double. We have to convert that into a string number, and exchange rate. It should work. What is this? LBL. Now it is good. It should be good now. I'll pick dollar as a source country, and then INR, and then get rate. We have this rate. Yeah, it's showing here. It's 84.9.0894. This is Pesa 84. So let's make it a little fancy. Let's show something like this. One, what is this source country, uh, destination country? I need the source name also. uh, Source country, where is the source country? I can read from here. Destination, I'll put, I need source country as well just to display. One unit of source country, that is source country put some space equal to one, let's say $1 equal to this, then this amount, then destination country code. So it should be $1 equal to rate than the target currency code. What's wrong here? Forgot to put plus. I'm running it one more time. It's building, so that's good. Oh, what is this? Something wrong. Okay, then some other currency. So this is working fine, but there is a space. We need one space after this currency. It's putting everything. So now it should be good. So one AOA Angola money equal to this. This is excess. This is good. This is good. So this is working fine now. So as I said in my previous video, if you want to download and modify the code as per your need, you can do. You are free to do, and you guys can use this project for learning. And I'll be adding the link to download the source code in the description. You can download it from there, and you are free to ask questions if any doubt, or ask her questions. If I missed anything, that also you can mention in the comment box. And if you like this tutorial or this video, please subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with others. Thank you. And I'll remove this. What I will do, I'll just, from the UI, I'll just remove this guy. This is just for debugging, and we'll show it one more time. Where is this? I can come in from here also. So this guy get rate. So it's good. It's good. So it's fun. Thank you. Thanks for watching.